Hey, hi everybody. It's Star Green here. All right, I just wanted to make sure that this was working so you get to see me get ready here even. All right, I have to put my High Priestess hat on. Okay, I have to put my High Priestess hat on. Okay, let's see. There we go. I have to put the High Priestess hat on. I have to get my shawl on. Okay. So, how is everybody doing today? Okay, this is the big Kazemi special day. This is the best day of 2024. Okay, now I don't know if anybody's really going to come on here or not because I'm doing this kind of last minute, as a Sagittarian will do. Okay, but I did put out some last minute information. Oh, my friend Susie's there. Okay, that's nice. Okay, I hope I have enough light here as well. I was hoping it would be a bit brighter today than it is, but it's not. So, okay. Hold on a second. Can everybody hear me okay? Hi, Susie. Hey, Susie. Oh, you're such a fan. And I love it. So it's a bit tricky to know what platform to use these days, you know. I don't usually go on YouTube. I've just got a new computer, so just setting up my Obus Studio, which I don't usually use either, and was having a bit of techie difficulty. And okay, I am a bit of a Luddite at times for sure as well. Um, but Sun Uranus conjunction, I had some weird interactions with people by text. I don't know if anybody else has had that. And this is my special. This is from Sphere and Sundry. They make special astrological potions. I'm just going to put some of that. I bought some of this Thelema Mundi special potion, which is a kind of a once in a lifetime opportunity that they use to make things. So, yes, so welcome on this very special day. Again, I'm a little bit early here. I'm jumping the gun. That's such a Mars and Aries statement to make. So let's see. All right, so it is May the 23rd already. This is the best day of 2024 because the Sun and Jupiter, you've got your nice purple amethyst crystals out. That's for Jupiter, royal purple. Sun and Jupiter come together this year in the sign of Taurus. So, anybody else coming on here? Okay, well, I'm just going to wait and see because we're still ahead. So, this is a big celebration, and everybody benefits from the Sun and everybody benefits from Jupiter, the great benefic. So, I'm going to just do a little bit of smudging here again. So, I wanted to just Hi, Venus. Hi, Kim. How are you doing? All my faithful fans are here. I love you so much. Thank you so much. All right. Let's see. I'm just smudging everybody here. I mean, usually I do lives on Facebook. Yulia, the founder of Facebook, I believe she's in Europe right now. She's in Greece. Anyway, I might go live on Facebook as well because this is part of Sagittarius Jupiter. It's generosity. So I may just go live on all the platforms, actually, on TikTok and on Instagram and all of that stuff, just for a little bit and just to send some blessings out to people. So again, so your patience here is, much important to me. So just wait a few seconds. I'm going to see if some other people come on, and we will do this. So if you usually come and watch me do my monthly live tarot astrology presentation on Facebook for the Cosmic Intelligence Agency, I will talk about the astrology a bit. I want to do a bit of a guided meditation. The exact timing of the conjunction is on, where are we here? Sorry, I've got two books here. Two books, okay, two astrology books here. Okay, it's exactly at 2:45 p.m. So I like to kind of get warmed up a little bit, and I see it says there's 3 people on here. Okay, please say hi. All right. So just to get people in the mood. So, where do you have Taurus energy in your astrology chart? The Sun, the great benefic, the great star of our solar system, our beautiful sun that's been shooting off incredible coronal mass ejections and all those beautiful auroras, and it's in its new stage, is meeting with Jupiter, the planet of expansion, opportunity, good luck. He's like Santa Claus today at 28 plus degrees of Taurus. So if you have any planets at the last degree of Taurus, I don't know if everybody does here, then you get a special benefits, but everybody does get to benefit here. So the other nice aspect going on today is that Neptune, the planet of dreams, the planet of imagination, the planet of creativity, the planet that rules all artists. Neptune is the modern ruler of Pisces, of course, is in a positive 60-degree angle to the Sun and Jupiter. They call this sextile. And so that gives extra blessings. Sextiles are nice, easy aspects, of course. And Venus, the planet that rules Taurus, is also in Taurus, still very close to the Sun and Jupiter, and exactly conjunct Uranus. So earlier today, I'm in Toronto, Canada. I'm in Eastern Daylight Time. Earlier today, Venus and Uranus came together 7:41 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So we're still feeling that. So it's like a double conjunction day. So to have Venus in her home sign, she really gives extra benefits as well. And then Uranus, the planet of chaos and sudden change and hacking and the internet, crypto. You know, we've seen, if you watch the crypto market, it's gone way up. And also, has there been weird, quirky text messaging, media things? Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury, so it governs everything to do with the internet, and just unexpected chaos. But Uranus is also the planet of breakthroughs, of invention, of course, right on key, the synchronicity, the new version of ChatGPT, of the new AI was launched while the Sun and Uranus came together. So, you know, it's always about as above, so below, and as within your heart, so without. So the Sun and Jupiter sitting in the heart of the Sun, or any planet sitting in the heart of the Sun, because there will be upcoming in a couple of weeks, Venus sitting in the heart of the Sun in Gemini, and Jupiter is making its exit from a year-long visit to the sign of Taurus. Jupiter takes about a year to move through each sign. So for all Tauruses, this has been your big year. You've got another few days to finish this out, because next week on the 25th, Jupiter enters Gemini for a whole year, and all the Geminis get to benefit. You know, it's fair. You know, everybody gets their fair share. So you want to give thanks for what's transpired since Jupiter has been in Taurus. Now, of course, all planets, even the great benefactor, has its drawbacks. Now, the drawback of Jupiter is it can be too boastful, you know, like too embroider stories, you know, and Jupiter rules Sagittarius and it rules Pisces. So again, this is not just for Tauruses, it's also for Sagittarius, and Pisces also get the extra benefits, especially with that Neptune in Pisces energy today. So again, you just have to look at where Taurus is in your own astrology chart to see where you get these blessings and these benefits. Okay, so I wanted to read John Sandbach, who I really like, who channels images, and I wanted to read what he had to say about this degree of Taurus. Now, he is a very esoteric channeler. He channeled all the 360 degrees of the zodiac, just like the famous Sabian symbols. I find these a little more spiritual, a little deeper. So we always move up a degree when we read a symbol. Taurus, 29 degrees. Now, also, you got to remember when planets are at their very last 29th, or you move up even to the 30th degree of their sign, they are at their most intense. The Sun has gone through every sign of the zodiac, right? Every degree, I mean, of the zodiac. And it's like soaked it all up. Okay, so I'm going to read the I'm going to read the Chandra and Omega symbols here. So 29 degrees Taurus. A man reaches out to touch a marble statue. He feels it smiling. So the Omega symbol has to do with transforming and being responsible. There is a degree angel. It's called Rahel, and it's an umbilical cord, which is really nice to think about your umbilical cord. In Indigenous studies, 2 inches below your navel, it's like your hara. They call that your hara in Japanese. uh, spiritual traditions, it's called your Orende, and it connects you, it's to the spirit world and out. And it's also about intellectual richness. And Jupiter rules schools, it rules higher learning, it rules adventure. The archer is always aiming higher. And Taurus is all about sensuality, it's about embodying. So we want to really feel that we're going to embody this beautiful blessing at Jupiter connected to the heart of the sun, called it Kazemi. I love that word, actually. So I'm going to continue on now with the symbols. You can feel the aliveness of everything around you, whether animate or inanimate, on the physical plane or on others. When connected to your core, we're vitally in tune to your world. And through your caring, you're able to awaken joy and positivity in whatever you touch. Now, Jupiter is the planet of positivity, and so is the sun. The sun in the tarot, the number 19, the highest energy card you can get, and Jupiter is the wheel of fortune in the tarot. And Taurus is the Hierophant, or the high priest. Okay, it rules the throat chakra, and we want to speak our truth. Jupiter always tells the truth, right? And through your caring, you'll be able to awaken joy and positivity in whatever you touch. You can heal through unconditional positive rapport. Now, that's a really interesting thing. So I want you to really resonate, please, with these words. The Chandra degree for this symbol: a man amuses himself by drawing strange shapes. Something interesting is seen in the strange shapes, and this feeds the fire of the imagination. Now, Neptune, Pisces, rules the imagination. Just as lovingly connected with substance as in the Omega symbol evokes a joyous response from matter. For everything is alive, as the Kabbalists tell us. This degree is about the continual exploration of what we have and the knowledge that what we have is ever reaching and yielding us new, different, and often unexpected, very Uranian energy resources. What we create has a life of its own and comes back to us as karma, which, when positive, provides us with unending richness. And that's what we want to do. We're going to call in the unending richness. I'm just getting the vibe right now. I don't know if you can feel that. So you want to start perhaps tapping your heart, EFT, just tap on your heart. My spiritual teacher taught us this years and years ago. Now, the Pleiadian symbol. With tiny files and chisels, a man is sculpting clouds of mist from white alabaster. Then there's something called the Azoth symbol. A road comes to an end, but a woman and her dog find their way beyond it. Then there's a seed degree, which is Pisces 8. Through a microscope, a scientist observes a deadly virus. The Omega symbol. Realizing how matter can be imprinted with negativity, we strive to heal this by connecting to it with love and caring. Now, that's actually a very interesting symbol for right now, too. A gypsy peasant woman sings a mournful chant. That's a Chandra symbol. Having mourned our losses, we release the past and turn our attention to creative experimentation in the present. And that's about the sun Jupiter sitting in the heart of the sun only happens for a very short time. Technically, astrology is all about mathematics. Jupiter, or any planet, has to be within 17 minutes. There's a degree, which is 60 minutes of width in the heart of the sun. So that sometimes can only last a few hours, depending on how fast the planet is moving. Only during that time does the planet get those blessings, that Kazemi. The fulfillment degree, 5 degrees of Aquarius, where Pluto will be soon. Gradually, the wind unearths a temple buried in the sand. The Omega symbol, creatively and experimentally working with matter, we contact its spiritual depths and mysteries. So everything is spiritual, in essence. Humans worshiping an obese nature goddess. That's the Chandra symbol. That sounds like the Venus Willendorf. Through creative experimentation, we experience the wonderful fecundity and generosity of nature and are impelled to honor it with others. Now, Venus is in the tarot is the Empress. She's usually shown as the Great Mother. So that's like the nature worship goddess, fertility, and that's what Jupiter brings. The Oracle. A man feels a statue smiling. He does not see it smiling. In fact, the movement of its mouth is imperceptible. Such are also a statue's nods and knowing looks, and its tears as well, which are very dry, and its sighs, which sound similar to the movement of clouds. The man takes in these smiles through his fingers, and having once absorbed them, seems to be able to do them himself. Hmm. All right. So that's a very interesting thing. All right. So I want to welcome everybody else who's come on here. So yeah, I want to talk a little bit about the astrology. I've got the chart here. So for exactly at 2:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and that would be 3 hours earlier in Pacific Daylight Time and 4 hours later in Greenwich Mean Time. Sun and Jupiter, 28 Taurus, with Venus at 23 and Uranus at 23. So this is really, the Cazimi is really Sun and Jupiter conjuncting, but Venus and Uranus are also conjoined. So this is like a stellium of planets in Taurus. It's very rare, very unusual energy. And Mars is also sitting on the North Node in Aries. So Mars is in its home sign. Venus is in her home sign for now. She will enter Gemini soon. And I want to talk a little bit about, this is the best day of the year for sure. When we get to a little bit closer here, it's 2:34. We will tune in. We're going to do a little prayer, a little meditation to bring down the energies of the Sun and Jupiter right into our hearts and to keep it there, okay? To keep it very strong. So if you want to get some crystals ready, if you want to get ready to sit in meditation, I've got my little special, this is my Herkimer diamond, kind of like a heart-shaped crystal. I'm going to use that one as well, and my usual special crystal there as well. So we're going to tune in just before then. Yeah, again, the astrology. You know, what do you have in Taurus? What do you have in Aries right now? Because Mars in Aries is going to activate everything. The North Node, the highest spiritual goal for the collective, is at 14 Aries. It moves backwards. But any planets on that 15th degree are very, very positive. And there is actually a grand Earth trine going on, although the moon is already in Libra. So the moon is already being ruled by Venus as well. So everything is aligned like really beautifully, really perfectly here, to tell you the truth. I mean, Pluto is widely trining from Aquarius, the Sun and Jupiter. So you want to think about 12 years ago when Jupiter was last in Taurus. You know, what was going on in your life then? You know, and what's going on for the last year. So yes, Jupiter can be sorry, I feel like I'm all over the place here. Jupiter can be too much of a good thing, okay? So Jupiter can exacerbate, make you boastful. You know, Jupiter as the ruler of Sagittarius tends to make you promise more than you can deliver because it's very much in the moment. And I can tell you, you know that for me. You know, I'm a double Sag. I've got Mercury and Sag on the galactic center. You know, last minute inspiration. It's fire. It's supposed to be the most mature fire sign. But I can tell you, even though I'm older, I've just begun to slow down a little bit, but really I'm intending to keep going at full speed as I can here. So you have to be careful that Jupiter doesn't overdo, over exaggerate, promise too much. Also, Jupiter rules the hips and thighs. Maybe people have found out they've put on some weight. Well, Jupiter's been in Taurus because Taurus is all about indulging. Taurus is a very sensuous sign. It's about being in the body. It's about enjoying being on this physical plane. I know a lot of people are into ascending and kind of getting away from the body, which is very much like the Buddhist teachings as well, to transcend the body, right? Although I understand higher dimensions, of course, are very subtle. And there are all kinds of dimensions going on all the time, which, you know, I've always been aware of, and so have you. So Jupiter, the great teacher, Jupiter is the higher master teacher spiritually. Spiritually, there are beings that live on Jupiter. Jupiter, of course, protects us physically. We now know that Jupiter protects us physically from comets, from all kinds of other things, from space. So the ancients knew what science has to kind of verify. I always find this really interesting. They were much more intuitive, and they spoke to the planets and interacted to them. So you want to make some Jupiter offerings. I do have an old bottle of Jupiter-Sun conjunction when Jupiter first entered Taurus. And I'm going to include that in the prayers when we settle into that. So things related to Jupiter, juniper trees, uh, have a martini for Jupiter later. Gin is made from juniper trees. There's a whole list. If you go to my website, I have a whole list on my blog at infinitynow.wordpress.com of everything that relates to Jupiter, the royal purple, royalty. With Sagittarius, it's about higher education. The archer aims higher. But Taurus, the body, the thyroid. Has anybody had thyroid problems come up? It's about speaking your truth, again, like the Hierophant in the tarot. So the number 5 here, which is the number of Venus. And so Venus creates her 5-pointed upward pointing pentagram. You can see that, on the Hierophant's chest there on his heart chakra. He's worshiping Venus, and Venus is worshiping him. So what we long for also longs for us. So the Sun and Jupiter are calling us to tune into their energy and to get ready to receive. Now, I thought what was interesting about the Chandra symbol, which it was about mourning and letting go and releasing before we receive. My friend Maureen has a dark moon lodge, and you have to do all your releasing outside of that lodge. You don't come into a sacred space with anything. So I want us to do a little breathing meditation in a couple minutes. We're going to release any old stale energy so we can really breathe fully into our hearts and sit and bask in the golden light of the sun and wisdom, Jupiter's higher wisdom as well. But this is part 1. I just want to mention this of another very good day of the year. So from now until the 23rd, there's going to be another really special, beautiful day of the year. And on the 23rd, on a full moon in Sagittarius, speak of the devil, it's at 2 degrees of Sag. The full moon is exact at, where are we here? Full moon is exact at 9:53 in the morning, Eastern Daylight Time. Venus and Jupiter come together again. Venus is the lesser benefic. Jupiter is the greater benefic. That's at 4:29 a.m. Again, that's also in Eastern Daylight Time. And Venus sextiles Neptune. So it's very similar. Venus is going to be at the 29th degree of Taurus. Again, the very last degree, soaking up that energy. Okay. So I'm going to invite you to join me for a workshop. I haven't done too many of these this year, to a full moon Zoom workshop where we will really tune into that energy, because Venus enters Gemini on that day and Jupiter follows on the 25th. All right, so it's 2:40 right now. Okay, so what I want everybody to do, okay, we're going to get ready to do a meditation. So get comfy wherever you are. I know if you're used to coming to my workshops, a lot of people kind of get comfy and they pass out sometimes because they get so relaxed, which is fine, because you're going to get it on an unconscious level, even if you're not really conscious. So what I'd like you to do is just close your eyes. You're going to put your right hand on your, we're going to put both hands on your heart chakra, okay? And you can put your left hand, the receiving hand, next to your heart, and then the right hand over it, protecting it. And then close your eyes, sit up straight, or lie down, or sit if you like to sit in a yoga position, whatever works for you. You're going to start taking in deep breaths. So just breathe fully into your belly. Breathe fully into your belly. Just naturally, don't force it. And then let the breath just sort of rise up into your heart. So you're going to feel fully into your heart chakra. Okay, fully into your heart chakra. And visualize the sun, the golden sun, how it feels to turn your face to the sun like we're sunflowers. And just visualize your heart as a big golden sun. Big golden sun. Reminds me of a nursery rhyme that I used to listen to with my own son by Raffi. So the sun, everybody worshiped the sun from the beginning of Egyptian times. The Incas worshiped the sun as Ra. So breathe into your heart, just feel this golden warmth and the essence of gold. And of course, the value of gold keeps going up, but gold is quite priceless and it's a great transmitter of energy. So just visualize before you a golden heart. And it's like, the heart of Jesus. Actually, Jesus is kind of showing up here. Just breathe. Continue to breathe into your heart. Seeing an angel actually coming out of a volcano and a winged horse. And the winged horse would be very Sagittarius energy, like Pegasus. Sagittarius is a centaur, of course, half human, half horse. And Chiron is about 21 degrees of Aries right now. And healing to the wounded masculine. So just visualize staying really very centered in your heart. And just breathing up into your heart and then breathing out through your mouth. So that we're creating a real wave kind of, or a real kind of an infinity symbol. Checking on the time now. We've got a couple more minutes. So just breathing into your heart. I'm already getting sort of visions right away, so that's a good thing. Again, you want to visualize the planet Jupiter and its immense size and how beautiful it is. We've had these beautiful images of Jupiter from the Cassini. Is it called Cassini? Maybe it is. Camera right now. We can visualize its beautiful storms and its beautiful red eye, and looks like a Van Gogh painting, kind of. And so think about Jupiter as Thor, which is what he embodies as a god. And he's also a version of Yahweh, and he is Zeus. Right? He is Jove in Roman, and Jove means jovial. So Jupiter brings the laughs. He's the great humorist. I think about Mark Twain or any kind of, whoever you think is very funny. Who is your favorite comedian? We want to be optimistic. That's what Jupiter is all about. Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius, optimism, cheerleading, everything's going to be good. But with knowledge, Jupiter is the seeker of higher knowledge and truth, always truth. So Jupiter conjunct the Sun in Taurus is helping us to embody our truth, to help us embody our heart's truth, which is the only real truth. The Tibetan Buddhists don't see the brain as the center of intelligence. It is the heart. And the Heart Math Institute has been working on this, I guess, since the 2000s. Talk about the heart. It gets created before the brain, actually, and it has its own brain. And so we want to tune into our heart brains, that sense of knowledge and wisdom and love, unconditional love that the heart represents, that it is. And then this golden blessing, the world needs a sense of really being in our hearts. Ultimately, this is the only truth, the only real knowledge is what we know in our hearts. And so may our truth be blessed. May our heart's truth be blessed. And may our own inner wisdom be blessed. And may our bodies in Taurus be blessed. May we have health. May we have wisdom. I call upon the goddess Sophia, the feminine manifestation of wisdom and knowledge, gnosis. Jupiter rules international religions, spirituality. I call upon peace in the heart through all the great world's religions, because in essence, we are all one. So there's no need to have war between Jews and Christians and Muslims or any religion, any religious ideas, because we want to get to the heart of the matter, which is that we are all one. So just breathing into your heart, breathing into your root chakra. You want to feel very grounded here. So you could visualize your root chakra. It's red, opening like a rose. It's your survival chakra. So we're going to go beyond survival and go beyond all fears of survival, all anxiety about survival. We're going to release all those fears so we can step fully into receiving new abundance. Okay, new abundance, new generosity, receive wealth and intellectual riches, intelligence, faith. Jupiter rules faith. Neptune and Pisces is about faith, receiving direct faith into our bodies, our body knowing our gut instincts. It's very Taurian. So breathing into the root chakra so we can be fully embodied and be here now. Be here now and feeling this beautiful. We're open vessels. We've released through these breaths. And we're just receiving right now. Open vessels like the Holy Grail. Our body's holy chalices opening to receive Jupiter's blessings. From the root chakra. Very grounded. It's real. It's tangible. And then we're going to fill it up. We're going to receive the pourings, the outpourings of the sun and Jupiter's golden blessings beyond, beyond, beyond. Gate, gate. That's Tibetan, that's Sanskrit, Pali for beyond. We're going beyond our wildest imaginings, beyond our imagination of goodness and good fortune and blessings and wholeness and healing. And we move up into our second chakra, which is orange. Rules the physical womb chakra, not the holy womb chakra. It's a different place, but sense of fertility, creativity, opening up ourselves as creative artists, as Don Miguel Ruiz says. And then breathing up into our arendes, our haras, just below our navel, the solar plexus. This is our inner sun. So you might want to take your right hand and put it on your solar plexus right now as well, to really tune into the sun's energy. That's your inner sun. You put your right hand on your solar plexus, keeping your left hand receiving in your heart. So feeling this balance, we're going to anchor those two now. Sun on our navels, in our hara, in our spiritual umbilical cord. Anytime you feel off-centered, you're just going to remember to tune into the wisdom, the beauty, the harmony, the light, the gold, your self-worth, your value, your innate value, which Venus rules in Taurus. So feel that sense of your own self-worth, and we affirm, I am worthy of all the blessings and love and goodness in the universe and beyond, into all the universe and all the stars. I am blessed with wisdom. I am blessed with spirit. I am a being of light embodied. And then we breathe into our heart chakra. You can bring your hand back to your heart if that feels right. And we're just bathing, basking like an animal in the sun, soaking up like the cats love to sit in the sun, and lizards and snakes and frogs, not frogs, all animals that like to bask in the sun. Flowers that turn their faces to the sun, the rocks that are always under the sun in the desert, sun worshippers, Jupiter worshippers. And Apollo, we call upon you, Apollo, god of the sun, and Ra, and Zeus, Thor, Yahweh, and all of your manifestations, the Sun King, Surya, to let us feel your blessings in our hearts, to bathe the world with golden light, to feel our cells being filled with gold. We do have gold in our bodies anyway. To feel our essence as being golden. It's part of the alchemy, turning lead into gold. We are the alchemists in our own bodies, and we are alchemists in the world. So here to remind us that we embody truth, spiritual truth, wisdom, intelligence, blending all the great knowledge, the wisdom. The symbol of Jupiter as ruler of Sagittarius is the rainbow in its original essence, as the symbol of heaven and earth, a bridge, a rainbow bridge, and the opening of all the chakras. We're staying in our hearts right now and feeling like a fountain of golden light just pouring through our bodies, and the wisdom of Jupiter. And the sense of royalty, our own sovereignty in Jupiter. So allowing us to take back our power and to be sovereign within ourselves. and to be honest with ourselves and to be wise. The sage wisdom, we bring in the sage wisdom, and we call upon the higher master teachers. And I call upon the sacred laws of soul jup, 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 to be here with us in our hearts and in all of our chakras, from now to infinity, through all time and all dimensions. All time is now. We receive these royal, beautiful, spiritual blessings with the ultraviolet of the sun and the royal purple Jupiter representing our third eyes, opening fully our third eyes like a beautiful amethyst jewel, opening up our third eyes so we may see with inner sight and inner wisdom the truth of what's going on through all of the Neptune and Pisces, all of the fake news, all of the brainwashing. We want to get to the truth, the ancient truths, the immutable truths, the truths that never change, of who we are and what we are in essence and why we came to be here now in these physical bodies as spirits making this incredible trip. We're like shooting stars when we fall into this physical dimension. We are the stars. We are the sun and Jupiter. It's as above, so below, so within. We are royal. So feel that sense of a scepter or a wand in your hand that brings you power and wisdom, and the king and the judgment. That's Jupiter rules judges. Anything that starts with JU is Jupiter. Justice. So that sense of being a just, wise sovereign of your own. So always judging from within yourself and with the essence of the sun, the higher perspective, the light, and the wisdom and the sage wisdom combined. So owning your own sovereignty, your wisdom, and your beauty, Venus, goddess of women, planet of women, of beauty, of harmony, of the arts, creativity, and honoring yourself as a sacred artist in everything you do. You make a meal, you make your bed, you make a piece of art, you work with clay, you sing, you dance, you joy, you love, you take care of your children, you take care of your pets, you take care of your neighbors, you take care of yourself and your body, and really blessing your body, thanking your body, and seeing that your body is really made up of immutable light. There is no death. You're an infinite being of light and love, the heart. So feeling your heart expand, and then we're going to stay connected to that, but we're going to breathe up into the throat chakra. This is important. Throat chakra is what Taurus rules. Thyroid, speaking the truth. So the fifth chakra is related to the root chakra. It is where in the beginning was the word, where your voice is heard in the world, the vibration. Ah, it's good to tone. A, E, I, O, U. Toning. Sorry, and clearing your throat. So, throat chakra, indigo blue, opening that throat chakra so that we may speak our truths, especially as women. I love it in this card. The Hierophant, it's the goddess Isis standing. Sun's come out here now. Standing in front of the spiritual authority of the patriarchy and speaking the feminine wisdom, Sophia wisdom, deep feminine truth that everybody has within them. So feel your throat chakra open. If there's any sounds, releasing anything, big sigh, anything you want to do right now, let some sound out, and then breathe up into your sixth chakra here. So this is the indigo. Sorry, this is the amethyst, your sixth chakra. I'm putting my big Brazilian amethyst on this chakra to wake it up. So you may see a circle, you may see an eye open up, you may feel it. Some people are not visual, they sense, and Taurus is very sensuous. You would sense your third eye opening. And also, we're going to open the pineal gland in the mind that's often calcified by fluoride. We're going to open that up. That's where all the visions come from. So when you take magic mushrooms or ayahuasca, it's opening up the pineal gland and different chemicals in your brain. So you're just opening up to what is, which we don't normally see because our brains are really only working on one narrow channel. So safely and embodied, you can open up your third eye, your pineal gland to vision and to find the truth about those visions. And then we breathe up into the crown chakra. So the crown chakra, it is white. It's the fountain, the white lotus, the 1,000-petaled lotus that opens up. And we feel this is where we're receiving the sunlight directly into the top of our head. So you might feel a burning sensation. Burning sensation coming into the top of your head. So just feel like you're bathing. And when you're first born, of course, that fontanelle, that open at the top of your head, because babies are not fully embodied until they, at least a year old, they start to get more embodied. So just remembering that opening at the top of your head and feeling the streaming warm sunlight and Jupiter coming into the top of your head. And then moving down, we're going to bring it down into all the chakras, right down to the root chakra. And then we're going to bring it back up to the heart. Anchor it. So at this point, you want to ask for a vision of your own, for your own wisdom, for your own knowledge, words or images, spirit animals, spirit guides to come to you right now. You're bathing in Jupiter in the heart of the sun. Just keep breathing. And just know that you will keep this vision, you will stay in touch with this vision wherever you want. You could say an affirmation out loud. It's good to say it out loud to vibrate energy, Taurus. Your mission. My mission is to be a teacher. I came to Earth to embody the teacher archetypes, Jupiterian Sagittarius. And I will do that very fully as Jupiter enters Gemini. Bringing out all my teachings, all my wisdom, all my knowledge, and channeling. I've just been told I need to do a daily channeling. Okay, so I'm going to make a commitment to do that. I probably will do that on my TikTok channel and on X. I'm on X. So say out loud what your mission is. And if you don't feel like you fully know that yet, that's okay. It will come to you. If there was an angel or a spirit animal or a being that came to you, remember to thank them. Remember, Neptune is in Pisces. This is all about gratitude as well. Being grateful to receive, to have knowledge of your spiritual essence, your golden divine essence. You are a being of love and light embodied in the physical plane, embracing all dualities, the light and the dark. We ask to expand our light, our influence, our love in the world and for ourselves. I'm going to take one last breath and ask for a symbol, a word to bring back with us, image. And whenever you feel ready, just slowly open your eyes. Open your eyes. And come back into your body. You may want to take a moment to do that. Okay. So I wish I could interact and see you. You'd have to chat. I mean, I do see a chat here, so I'll give everybody a little moment to come back. Those blessings have gone into this tincture now, a double Taurus tincture. I'm going to bottle these and sell them so that you could use them whenever you want. Trying to remember what I put in that one. There's Jupiter stuff in there. All right. So if everybody's Susie's saying in my last meditation, Earth Dragon came to me. I remember that. Okay. So, all right. So now we're going to do some tarot readings here. So if you know how I usually do this, I focus in on every sign. So I want to make sure that everybody gets a blessing here. How's everybody feeling? That felt amazing to me. I hope everybody felt that vibe. You know, sometimes I do this totally unscripted and channel. That was absolutely one of these times. That's trust. That's Jupiter. Absolutely trusted it was somehow going to be okay. So everybody who needs to be here is here. But of course, this video will be available afterwards. Thank you, Venus Estrella. What a beautiful name, Venus Star. Okay. All right. So that's that's my blessing to all of you and to the world. Oh, okay. Interesting. There's an extra card got in here. I just noticed. That's not usually in here now. Oh, a couple of cards are in here. That's interesting. So I just want to show you this because there's no, my old teacher, Araya Mountain Dreamer, wrote the invitation. Used to say, no mistaken ceremonies. So this is the card of releasing all that toxic Eight of Cups that happened to be in here. We did that. And receiving the 10 of Cups, right? We just received all those blessings, right? Okay. So now let's start with Aries. So anybody who's in Aries, of course, all the fire signs benefit in a way, even though earth and fire don't normally kind of get together that well elementally. But we all have all the elements in our bodies. We're made up of those four elements: fire, earth, air, water, even if we don't have them in our astrology charts. All right, so Aries is a fire sign ruled by the planet Sagittarius. Okay. Ruled by the planet Sagittarius. Did I just say that? Ruled by Jupiter. All right. So Aries. Oh, I see there's more people coming on now. Okay, that's nice. Welcome, welcome. You came right when I started doing the tarot reading. Okay, for Aries, you get the number 9 here, which is the Hermit, which is Virgo energy. And Virgo is another earth sign. So all of the earth signs, of course, get the benefits because, this is all happening Sun, Jupiter in Taurus. So all of the earth signs, people born at the last days of those signs, last 2 days of the sign of Virgo and Capricorn, get the blessings. But in general, with Venus at 23, with Uranus, anybody who has planets, I'd say from 20 to 30, last 10 degrees, the last decan of Capricorn or Virgo get this blessing. So the Hermit, that's funny. It looks really purple to me. I just realized. Okay. The Hermit is about listening to your own inner wisdom guide. Okay. That is Virgo. And listening to your gut wisdom. Virgo rules your upper intestines. So taking time out to be quiet. Very important. Turning off your social media. Being quiet. Being in nature. Going barefoot. Paying attention to your health. Eating a clean, natural diet. That's all very Virgo. Taking natural herbs and supplements and thinking about what you want to harvest. That's Virgo, the harvest, the virgin goddess. So this is a very protective card, Aries. If you feel like you need protection, I know Aries would never admit that they do, but if you feel like you need protection, or if you just need to go inner rather than rushing around being outer, 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 especially with the planets in Aries, Mars and Aries still in the north node of Aries, very good to balance and go within. Okay, so Aries, you get the Hermit. All right, now Taurus, of course, because, okay, I keep saying there's more people coming on. That's very nice. Taurus, you get the wishing card. Okay. Now this is perfect. Synchronicity, of course, because this is Jupiter in Pisces. And Jupiter rules Pisces, right? So the wishing card, everything that we just did for Taurus and for this energy gets the 9 wishes. So everybody who's here, everybody who watches this, I am your fairy godmother priestess. I give you 9 wishes. Now, the key with getting 9 wishes is you have to be careful what you wish for. You know that, right? If you're not totally precise and totally clear about what you want, so if it's your soulmate or you want to find the love of your life, you have to make sure that you mention that they're free and they're available and they're nearby and you can connect and you love each other unconditionally. And whatever that timeline is or whatever that looks like for you. And so this is also about, my little joke is it's not about manifesting Lamborghinis for yourself. It's not about doing for yourself. It's about what you can do for others and for the world. And that's why you want to keep those 9 of cups flowing. That the 9 is the symbol of magic. So that's 2 9s so far. The Hermit is number 9. This is number 9, 9 of cups. But just feel that sense of unending spiritual flow and receptivity, Taurus. Okay. All right. So now we're going to get to Gemini. Now, Geminis, you got to get ready because, of course, you are going to go into your big optimum year. So if you have your sun, your moon, your rising sign in any of these signs, you can use these cards. Okay. Now, Gemini, you get the Lovers. Now, this card is Gemini. I think you can see that. It's got Gemini on the card here. So again, Jupiter getting ready to go into Gemini. This is really good for anybody who is a Gemini or has Gemini placements, the Lovers. So it is about loving yourself. It is about the inner marriage. It is about wholeness. It's about recognizing that magnetic connection that the opposites have. We need to have those polarities, and this universe is based on the polarities. So it's both sides of the mind. It's the intuitive and the analytical. We want to bring those together so we can be whole in the way we communicate, the way we think, the way we market, the way we sell, the way we advertise, what our words are. And remember, this Taurus is about words. So Gemini, you get the Lovers. So of course, everybody's going to love you when Jupiter gets into Gemini. All right. So now Cancer. So water signs benefit from this big cazimi because earth and water are similar to each other. Okay. In element. They're both receptive. Okay. So Cancer, you get the card of the moon here, the number 18, and Cancer is ruled by the moon. But this is the dark side of the moon. So Cancers, you may have to look at what it is you're most afraid of. This is a card of rebirth, ultimately. It is a card of faith. So anybody with Cancer placements, I know, especially if you're born at the last degree of Cancer, you have been going through, and you're still going to go through Pluto. Actually, speaking of that 29th degree, very critical. When Pluto moves back into Capricorn, the 29th degree of Capricorn, from September the 1st to November the 16th, it'll be the last death and rebirth for Cancers born on that day, or even those born in a few degrees of the last degrees of Capricorn, which also affects Cancer and Libra and Aries. So going through the sense of rebirth, the dark night of the soul, actually, I was just struck. I was on Facebook and somebody I know was going through this and everybody was sending her light and positive energy. And so you might get feeling overwhelmed, Cancer, with everything that's going on in the world, and Cancer protects the children. So you need to have faith. You need to keep being in the light and holding the light. I know it sounds kind of corny and light, but realizing that we have to go through the dark to get to the light, as hard as that may be. So face your fears. Have more faith, Cancer. Okay. So Leo. Let's see. So, okay. Leo, you get the number 2 here, which is the High Priestess, which is also the moon card. So learning to listen to your intuition. The High Priestess always brings dreams. So anybody who's a Leo, pay attention. The High Priestess is the bringer of dreams. Again, the number 2 happens to be related to balance, communications, feeling like you're living in 2 worlds at once, holding the veil between the worlds. High Priestess tells you to tune into the moon, Leo. You are the sun, ruled by the sun. So all Leos benefit from any time, all the time. But then when Jupiter comes and sits in the heart of the sun, Leos get those beneficial blessings as well. They are both fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, and Scorpio are all fixed signs. So they have that elemental modality in common. So the High Priestess will reveal many, many things if you tune into your dreams. So practice dream yoga, Leos. Okay, so now Virgo. So Virgo is an earth sign. You get the benefits of Sun-Jupiter conjunction, and you get the number 14. So Virgo, this is the card of Sagittarius. Again, Jupiter rules Sagittarius. This is the card of alchemy. So Virgos, if you've been struggling with money, and Virgos tend to do that, or your health, or worrying, or anxiety, which is a Virgo type trait, anybody who has Virgo sun, moon, rising, this is the ability to turn lead, which is Saturn actually, into gold. And again, this is the transmutation. This is what's going on right now, a transmutation. Jupiter in the heart of the sun, and Jupiter rules Sagittarius. So I don't know why the color's so off here. Yeah, it seems really strange colors. Okay. So again, the masculine becomes feminine, the feminine becomes masculine. This is the higher octave of Gemini. This is about really talk about gender fluidity. It's more on an archetypal level that you can empathize totally with the opposite sex, with the opposite duality, the opposite complementary duality. I know there's all the gender stuff going on these days, but archetypally we have to have those two polarities. That's just the way it is. It's magnetic. We saw all those auroras from the sun. The sun hits the north and south pole. Everything has that polarity in this dimension. And it is a unifying process. So really learning to love yourself. Again, the sacred marriage card, the alchemy, you can turn lead into gold, Virgo. And again, your own self-worth. Okay, so Libra. So Libras born at the last degree are actually getting what's called the inconjunct from this Taurus energy. And Libra, you get this most powerful card in the deck here because maybe you need it. This is called the card of Da'at. It is an invisible Sephiro on the tree of life. I'm going to turn it the other way around. It is kind of a universal, it's the same, right? Universal hexagram, it's called. I call it the calling card from your holy guardian angel. So Libra, you get to connect directly with your higher self, which is the whole purpose of the Hierophant card in the tarot. So learning to listen to your higher self, which is what the whole nature of the tarot is all about. The Kabbalah, all spiritual knowledge is about connecting with your higher self, your holy guardian angel. So learning to listen only to that, not your ego. You have an ego just to organize yourself on the physical plane, your identity, but listening to your higher self. Now, this can come as someone acting as a guardian angel. You're trying to fund a project, for example. This could be somebody who comes as a financial angel, but really it is mainly about connecting with your own higher self, Libra. Okay. All right. Now, Scorpio. Scorpio as a fixed sign is in a square aspect to this Taurus energy, but I like squares because they put pressure on, it's like the sand and the pearl. All right, Scorpio, you get the card of the Fool here, 0. So the Fool is the wisest of all the cards in the deck. It represents an absolute new beginning, Scorpio. So anything's possible, especially with that Venus-Uranus conjunction today as well. You got to remember that. Be the fool, fall in love, do something totally crazy, especially the more, hi Scorpio, the more people think you're crazy, the better in a way, right? So the Fool, the wise child, the inner child, it also points to healing the inner child. Being the Fool means you don't care what people think because you're whole and complete and you're like a child, you're living fully in the moment. So Scorpio, trust, be in the moment. You're an old soul. This is 0 and 22. So it represents the alpha and the omega, the end and the beginning. And so you're an old soul. You've been around the block a million times. You've been the terrorist, you've been the peacemaker, you've been rich, you've been poor, you've been everything. And this is just an experience. So You want to be fully in it, but you're okay. You're the fool, and you can do whatever, and just stay open and trusting in that inner wisdom. But it also indicates inner child healing work and playfulness. The sun card in the tarot shows two little children playing under the sun. So remember to play, Scorpio. You can get very intense and very obsessive and very dark, and you know that about yourself, right? So Susie, I'm sending you some energy and all you Scorpios to embody the fool. Okay. So do something, take your inner child out to play, have a little tea party, dance around, put on a tutu, whatever it is you love to do as a child. Like, get out of the adult serious mind and be the child. I don't know if some people don't like children, but we all have an inner child. And I think if you don't like your inner child, it means there's still some wounds there. Um, Watch children play. Just be like a child. Just do something foolish, just for the sake of being foolish. Okay, and see what happens. And it frees you up, actually. All right. So be the fool. Do something silly. Silly wisdom. There is a kind of fool wisdom. That's a Zen Buddhist kind of fool school of wisdom. Maybe you have to check that out too. All right. So that was Scorpio. Okay. So now we're into Sag. Now Jupiter rules Sagittarius. So you get the card of the sun here, Sagittarius. This is perfectly in sync, I think, so far. So the strength card. Now, this is number 8 in some decks. Leo, of course, strength. It is 11 in this deck. There's a whole school of thought around that. But so Sagittarius, being the queen, knowing what your passion is, holding that above everything else. Leo ruled by the sun, that you're blessed, right? So don't deny it. Don't fight your holy guardian angel. Don't question it. Go with your passion. That's what, like, what's his name? Joseph Campbell says, follow your bliss, be the star that you are. So everybody who has Sagittarius energy, this is Leo, this is your strength, your courage, your daring. Don't doubt how much chutzpah you have, how much strength and courage you have. And it's also about protecting the children, again, protecting that inner child, and being on stage and playing roles. It's like fake it till you make it if you have to. Jupiter rules Pisces as well, the sign of the actor. So being strong, and bringing your light out into the world, Sagittarius. Okay. All right. So Capricorn. So Capricorn, of course, again, I mentioned Cancer there, but Capricorn is born on the last day, especially if Capricorn are still going to get Pluto coming into your sign September the 1st and November the 16th. So you get Cancer, the sign of Cancer. This is the number 7 here. This is about understanding the laws of cycles, being in the driver's seat, feeling, I know you don't like to express your feelings, but again, this is Cancer, relates to the mother, childhood. So any inner childhood wounds that you still need to work out, Cancer, or maybe you want to have a family. Maybe you need to protect your family more, your children, again, your inner child, other people, other women. Cancer is about worldly success. Maybe you need to be more centered in that. Are you centered in your job? Where do you feel like you're in emotional balance? So you can ride the up and down waves. The number 7 has to do with the 7 planets, the 7 days of the week. So, and it's also about your stomach, what feeds you, what makes you emotionally happy. And centered in your emotions is good. Capricorns are very earthy, very, very practical. I know my husband's a triple Capricorn, but they can still be very spiritual, and they are very moody. So maybe pay attention on this next full moon. It's going to affect you more. Again, there's a sense of the golden night here is a sense of armoring. So anybody who has Capricorn planets, progressed planets, somebody just mentioned the progressed planets in Capricorn. Again, that golden armor, you see, that's from the sun to protect the very sensitive inner part of yourself. Okay. So number 7, lucky 7 for Capricorn. All right. So now Aquarius. All right. So Aquarius, what do you get? You get the card of justice here. So this is in this deck, it's 8. In most decks, it's 11. So Aquarius, again, with Pluto still in your sign, moving out, going to move back in November the 16th for 20 years. balance, and this is very important. Aquarius is a dual sign, and so that sense of judgment, that's Jupiter, the judge. This is the card of judgment, Libra energy, actually, which squares, which is another air sign. Staying balanced, because Aquarius is a human sign, but it also had to do with all that technology, robotics, AI. So I watched a video by another astrologer, and he was talking about this release of this newest AI is really just like the first day the Model T Ford was invented, and that's it. We're off, we're running. But we have to remember there has to be a human side to this as well. So balance and justice. This feels very watery to me right now, this card. So if you're going through any legal issues, or you're out of balance in your life, or you want to be in a relationship, Aquarius, you have to remember that there's other people. Libra is always about others. So catering to others and listening to others and balancing, or being the go-between, the ambassador. Aquarians are good managers and organizers. So, wherever you're out of balance, you want to bring yourself into balance through your heart. Okay. And now we get to Pisces. Now, Pisces, again, you get a lot of benefits from this because Jupiter rules Pisces in traditional astrology. I do use both rulers. Okay, so Pisces, with Neptune also at 29, Pisces, the most powerful degree. It's going to mainly be there off and on for the next couple of years. And you get the card of the world, or the universe. So Pisces, it is time for you to stabilize yourself. This is Saturn energy. Oh, this is so green. This card is actually very blue, but it looks green. Stabilize your energy in the world. The universe means you're finishing up a lot of karmic lessons, especially with Saturn in Pisces right now. I believe Saturn's at 16 degrees Pisces. So Pisces, you need to take responsibility for your addictions, for your denial, for your projections. I counsel a lot of women with projections in relationships. You believe what you want to believe, but it's not there, and then you set yourself up for heartbreak. But you want to own that. And once you own it and you understand what the karmic lessons are, why you keep repeating these karmic lessons, and take responsibility and go through it from the beginning to the end, then you're free. And this card always shows a naked woman dancing free in space with the 4 fixed signs at the 4 corners there, which is Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. So Pisces, this is also the time for you to step out into the world, mature. Saturn Pisces is maturing you. And also you need boundaries. Taurus is all about boundaries. Taurus has very strong boundaries, and so does Saturn and Pisces. That's what it's teaching all the Pisces people. So boundaries, solidity. This is about manifestation, Pisces. All of your dreams, all of your visions, all of your hopes, all of your wishes, you can manifest them, okay? But you need to be very discerning, okay? Very discerning, very practical, and very realistic as well, okay? So this is a completion of a journey for you, Pisces. Are you ready for that? You have to be mature enough. You have to be ready to take on, it could be a new career, a new position in the world, really step out into the world. And you have to know that you've learned all those lessons before you can move on. Okay, so anybody with Pisces energy, the universe, the world, this is a completion for you. You've gone through the whole spiritual journey and you're ready to go, okay, been there, done that. I'm ready to step out into the world. Okay. So everybody, I want to thank you so much for being here with me. I want to send you all the best blessings and invite you again. On the 23rd, I will be doing a workshop, a Zoom workshop. If you've been to my workshops before, you'll know how those work. So continuing from this. So for the next 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, the next 5 days, it is a holiday weekend here, May 20th in Canada. It's Victoria Day. There'll be fireworks. That's also very much celebratory. And in the States, I believe it's also a holiday. But the full moon, 2 degrees of Sag. So maybe there we're going to celebrate more Venus conjunct Jupiter, Venus sextile Neptune, saying goodbye to Venus in Taurus as well. And Jupiter sextiles Neptune as well. We're going to be working with dreams, dream temple energies. So you can get in touch with me at tarot.com. I will be sending out a newsletter to invite you to that workshop. And so I want to send you all the blessings of the day. So yeah, if you want to get in touch with me for a deeper personal reading or for workshops, for classes. I'm going to start filming those actually. So I want to send you many blessings and thank you for being here with me today. All right. Bye bye.